Hi, okay, today we're going to learn more about article spinning, and I'm going to use the same paragraph I've used before, which is just copied and pasted from an e-zine article. Now we need to get synonyms for this text that we see before us, and we've seen one way of doing it. Another way is to ask the software to identify which words actually have synonyms. So if I go to Operations and choose Identify Synonyms, click OK to that, then SpinnerChief looks at the text and identifies which words have synonyms. And on this occasion, it's actually every single one of them, because it underlines the words in blue if they have a synonym. And this shows, before you look at anything else, the colossal size of the SpinnerChief thesaurus. It has synonyms for most words, which means that you will be much more successful when you're choosing synonyms for your articles. Now, we could go, as we've already seen, through each one of those words and manually choose synonyms. But what we could also do is ask SpinnerChief to choose synonyms for these words itself on a random basis. So we could spin the article immediately without having chosen any synonyms by choosing this section, this option here, select synonyms for other words automatically. That means select synonyms for other words that we haven't selected synonyms for already. And this number here tells us how many words we want to actually insert synonyms for. Now at the moment I've got it set at 1, which means it's going to insert a synonym every single time it finds a word that has possible synonyms. And we're going to spin 10 articles. So if I click OK, we're going to get 10 articles with SpinnerChief looking for every single word that has synonyms, and it's actually going to insert synonyms. So if I click OK to that, this is called auto spinning, and you can see it's generating the articles here, and there they all are. Now this is a very, very fast way of producing unique content. However, the problem with auto spinning is that because you haven't chosen the synonyms yourself, there's every chance that the final article will not make a lot of sense. We have 10 articles there that have been auto spun. Let's choose an article 8. Now if we read that, slimming down is centered on fat loss as well as it is usually realized by means of scrutinizing a decreased fat eating habits. You see, it's not making sense. That's because article spinners don't know what makes sense and what doesn't. All it does is substitute the words. So you've got to be very careful when you're auto spinning. Most people will say you've got no chance of creating an article that is human readable when you auto spin. However, let me show you something. Let's close that off. SpinnerChief chooses its synonyms. When it's in auto mode, it chooses its synonyms on the basis of choosing the most popular synonym first for a word. Then if you're spinning 2 articles, then it will choose the second most popular word, and so on. Therefore, in theory, if you only want 1 copy, you've got a better chance of producing an article when you're auto spinning that is actually human readable or near human readable. Let me show you what I mean. We'll go into the spin interface again. We just have 1 article. Now we're going to just auto spin. Instead of every word, we're going to auto spin every 4th word. When you're only spinning 1 article, auto spinning every 4th word is usually enough to make the article unique whilst still retaining the majority of the original article. So you've got a better chance of it making sense. So this time when we spin, there are some changes. We're only having one article. We're going to only spin every fourth word, and SpinnerChief is going to use synonyms, the most popular synonyms for those for every fourth word, which will give us a better chance of producing an auto-spun article which actually could be readable. Now, I could look a fool here because I've never spun this before, so let's see what happens. I'll just click OK, should be pretty much instant. Well, there's a spun article, let's read it. So here we go. Losing weight is about losing fat, and it could be achieved by scrutinising a minimal fat diet plan. Whether we gain or slim down mainly depends on your intake of calories in the food. You see, this is actually making sense. That's excellent. Unfortunately, there are many different types of fats found in the foodstuff we take. So, if you want to cut down this weight and fats from a body, then that's not quite right, is it? From a body, you should stay with a low fat eating habit. So, okay, it's not perfect, but that's not bad, and that would only take a small amount of editing after spinning the article for that to make sense. So there you are. There are opportunities of auto spinning which produce results that aren't quite as bad as some people would have you believe. It depends how you do it, and it depends which software you're using. If you're using SpinnerChief, you've got a very good chance. That's all for this tutorial. We'll see you in the next one.